Hello everyone and welcome back to another Wizard101 video. Today I'm going to be doing a more discussion type video because this is one I haven't done for a while, one I wanted to talk about right now, and that is I want to talk about the sheer wasted potential that I think the world of Wisteria has. Now you may be like, Noah, why do you say that? I might think it's a fine world, or I think it's a bad world, whatever. Well, I think that there is so much, such a sheer potential in Wisteria that was never cashed in on, that almost makes me mad with how much it could be improved on. And also, I hate the gold trim out. It's so loud and annoying, but whatever. Let's get into it, because I want to talk about a few things. So if you don't know, if you've never done Wisteria, basically at level 20, you unlock the quest from Merle Ambrose, and you find out that there is an international game going on, basically. A tournament between different schools, different wizards throughout the Spiral, coming together in Pigswick Academy this year, competing for the Spiral Cup. Now, if you've never read Harry Potter, that might not sound familiar to you, but anyone who's read Harry Potter is like, oh my god, this is just the Goblet of Fire and a rip-off of the fourth book. But those who haven't read Harry Potter, you can live in blissful peace not knowing it's just a rip-off of that. In of itself is actually a really cool idea, and I do really like the idea of Wisteria. You go to Mr. Lincoln, he gives you a ring and tells you to go to Pigswick Academy. You come here, you talk to the people, you talk to the headmistress, Belladonna Crisp, who, a large portion of the Wizard101 community has a certain passion for that makes me a little bit confused, but I'll go along with it. Basically, you go throughout this entire thing, and you learn that there's some devious things going on. At one point, the Spiral Cup gets stolen, and then you're implicated for it in a lot of things. You have to clear your name. You continue going through the tournament the whole time, which is really cool. And overall, I would say it is a pretty solid world. It's not the best world, but definitely is really solid. It has good music. It has good characters, a good story, if a bit short. So why do I say that this is a wasted potential? Now, I am going to divide this into two sections. I'm going to divide this into school-wise, and then I'm going to divide it into story-wise. Let's talk about the schools. Schools, if you don't know, in Pigswick Academy are different than in the rest of the Spiral. In Ravenwood School of Magic, you have fire, ice, storm, life, death, balance, and then later on you learn some astral magic from different worlds, some shadow magic from different worlds, so there's different branches of magic. But in Pigswick Academy, they practice their own branches of magic. I don't know if I'm going to be able to remember them all, actually. So there's Ember, Chaos, Tempest, Order. Oh, I don't think I can remember them all. That might be Frost, something else, and oh god, I accidentally walked in. But you get the gist. There's these different schools that mirror Wizard City, and I think they had a big wasted potential here, because I think it would have been so cool if they gave you a solid level 20 to 25 spell, maybe a 4-pip, 5-pip spell that did decent damage or had decent effects from Pigswick Academy in Wisteria. I think it would be really cool that they share their knowledge with you, maybe at the end of the world, and you get a spell of this variety. It has a different cast animation, and it has its own unique effects. Obviously, you would still put it under whatever school you are. So for Death, I think Death's mirror is Chaos. Is that what this is? Oh no, Spirit. So in the Death section, they would have a Spirit School spell, which had a slightly different texture, but it's still in the Death section, and this spell would be pretty cool. I think that this would be really, really interesting to have access to this different branch of magic. It just add a different layer to the world, give people a reason to do it, and make it just that much more fun. And this was the biggest letdown for me, that you couldn't actually learn any of the Pigswick Academy magic. So, ultimately, I would say that's the first thing in the potential of Wisteria. Also, I just realized my camera's been high the entire time. Doesn't matter. Let's talk about the second wasted potential, and that is the story. Now, Wisteria is short. I think, if I remember correctly, it has the lowest amount of quests out of any world in the entire game, with Wizard City being a close second. I think Wizard City has about 40 to 50 quests. This has 38, I think, if I remember correctly. But if I'm wrong, it is definitely one of the lowest. This is really disappointing to me, because I think it has such a potential for more story, And I think it's a very easy thing to do that they could have added. Let's go over how they could have expanded the story and made it really cool. Now, we know from the initial introduction that the Spiral Cup tournament is held regularly. It's held between all the schools to garner some friendly competition. Also, Autumn here is walking around like I am, but I'm a little bit perturbed by it, so I'm going to walk away. They hold a regular tournament between all schools, and I think this would be really, really cool, where they could implement something like Aquila, where with Aquila in the Immortal Games, you had Zeus, who you did Mount Olympus with. You're called back at level 70 to do Atlantia, and then level 90 to do Tartarus. Why can't they do the same thing with the tournament? Maybe every 20 levels would be a little bit too frequent, so maybe do like 20, 60, 100, 140, something like that, to just space it out. And I think this would be pretty cool as well for the tournaments. It gives PvE players a taste of PvP that they don't really get, right? Because personally, while I don't like PvP and I never will like PvP, I did like the PvP tournament style of the Spiral Cup. So I think it'd be really cool if they, brought in new, stronger opponents, obviously added a quest line to it, and made it so you came back every few levels. This would be very easily implemented. A little bit of XP probably on the side, and maybe 30 to 40 quests for each part. Maybe add some new areas to Wisteria and Pixar Academy. You can see there's plenty of space on the map over here that they could add to, and you could also go back to the original streets. I think this would be really, really fun, really, really cool, and it would just add so much. And this goes back to a video I made a few weeks ago where I said I wish that there was more side worlds. I wish that they would expand upon the side world that they already have, and they have a really good way to do it. So that's really all I'm going to talk about today. That's all I wanted to talk about. I'm recording this video pretty early in the morning. It's like 5 in the morning. I'm hoping that I can record it, edit, upload, and then go to sleep a little bit earlier than I did yesterday, and maybe get on the right track for fixing my sleep schedule. So if you enjoyed, please drop a like, hit the sub button. I appreciate all the support I've been getting recently. If you want, you can join my Discord server, or you can support me on Patreon if you want to support me financially. Anything would be appreciated. So thank you all for watching. See you in the next video. Have a fantastic day.